Claims of discrepancies in the 2020 election. That was one of the quiet changes made to Oklahoma's social studies standards that were sent to the legislature to be approved. KOCO's Evan Onstadt joining us now talking about these revisions, Evan, that could be taught in our classrooms.
And the one you just mentioned there was just one of the changes made to Oklahoma's social studies standards. It's a lot. I'm going to break it down. Pay attention. In December, the State Board of Education reviewed the new standards, something it does every 6 years. And in December, those standards included examining issues related to the election of 2020 and its outcomes. They also mentioned teaching about the Black Lives Matter movement, former President Joe Biden's bipartisan infrastructure bill, and efforts to recover economically after COVID. But we've learned that by the time we got to the February meeting, those standards had been changed. Now it says social studies teachers should, quote, identify discrepancies in the 2020 election results, including ballot counting being stopped in battleground states, the risk to mail-in ballots, and sudden batch dumps. And we should note at this point that there has been no evidence of widespread voter fraud in the 2020 election. The revised standards, these are the standards that they voted on and passed, also removed those mentions of the Black Lives Matter movement, removed the mentions of Biden's infrastructure bill and any post-COVID economic recovery efforts. And this is important here. The revision process, it was discussed in a slideshow during the State Board of Education meeting, but those specific changes were never mentioned in the meeting. There were 3 brand new board members at that meeting, and one of them admitted at the time to not having the time or opportunity to review what it was they were voting on.
Is there a way to get this ahead of time, where the board has more time to do it, or is that just on us to go online and try to find them when we know it's being done?
Well, I will say you guys were appointed here pretty recently, so the governor decided to put you guys on this board on a very short timeline. This has been something that's been going on for nearly 10 months here.
The board member that you just heard from, he actually voted for it. He said that he did have some time to see about it. Ryan Deathridge, the only one to vote against the standards, he said that he did not have time. It passed 6-1, by the way. The state legislature still has to approve these before they go into effect. Back to you.